Hi, I'm Lex and welcome back to my channel. I am just chilling in a hoodie and my Aladdin pyjama top. Love it. I'm having a chill day today. I've got Wayne later, so that's why I'm not really dressed. Well, I am dressed, but I'm not a hoodie type of gal usually. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but yeah. Anyway, so I hope you like the video. The video is going to be on a few bits from Aldi that I think are really good. The kind of like Aldi Best Buys, I suppose. So obviously you can get a lot of meat there that everyone knows is free. These are kind of things that have sins but are low in sins. There's a few healthy extras in there. I know a couple of them I talked about in a previous video. And yeah, just a few bits that I think are quick and easy to use and come in really handy for me. So yeah, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the video. So the first thing, and it is probably my most used thing from Aldi, as you will see on Instagram, I use these every day, is the coffee pods. So these are the ristretto coffee pods. I get these in strength 10, which is powerful and rich. These are compatible with an espresso machine, so I use 2 of them in my Nespresso machine. First one, I'll use the like button for a big coffee. I don't know what the proper word is. The second one, I'll use the button for a little coffee and then add milk. As these are just coffee and there's no flavouring in them, these are free. They're £1.69. I don't know the price of everything, but I know these are definitely £1.69 because usually the Nespresso pods are £3.99-ish. You see that I use these every single morning, every day. Love them. So one of the next items is for any risotto lovers out there. I absolutely love risotto. I love rice, but it can be time consuming to sit and kind of make from scratch. This is the mushroom and garlic risotto. The full pack of this is only 4.5 sins. I feel like this is either a full meal for one person, or you could split this and add a lot of speed food to it because it is quite substantial. So for this, you can cook these in a microwave, which is obviously a lot more convenient than standing and stirring and stirring and stirring. So as I said, yeah, I think these are super handy, really tasty. There is a couple of other flavours. This one's just my favourite, but they all are quite nice. So the next thing is quark, which we all know and love. If you see anyone in the supermarket pick up quark, they are most likely following Slimming World. The Aldi one isn't my favourite one, I will say. I do prefer Asda. I haven't tried Tesco or Morrison's. Asda's my usual supermarket where I shop, but I find the Asda one a bit thicker. This is more like a yoghurt texture, but it's still really nice, super handy for either pasta, savoury food, or as dessert. And they're a lot cheaper than they are, well, to be honest, everything in Aldi is a lot cheaper than a normal supermarket, but yeah, these are definitely cheaper in Aldi than anywhere else that I've seen. So the next thing is a healthy extra, and it's these cheese triangles. These are the lighter ones. You get 4 of these as a healthy extra. Again, they're a lot cheaper than the branded Dairy ones. These are really good in sandwiches, on toast, or just as a snack. You can have them with salads. And they're a really easy option for a healthy extra. You don't have a lot of time. As I said, they're really easy to grab and go. Although you don't need to eat your healthy extras every day, they are nutritionally good for you. Obviously, this contains a lot of calcium. Well, I don't know if it contains a lot, but it contains calcium. Calcium's good for you, so it is good to try and eat your healthy extras where possible. One of the next things is this. It is the cauliflower rice. I have obviously eaten mine, as I have most of the things that I've got down here. So this already comes, I was going to say grated. How do you make it blended? This comes already made up rather than as the whole cauliflower and you're having to do it yourself. Previously, I was not a fan of cauliflower rice at all. Thought it was disgusting. Could always taste the cauliflower, but I have started to get into it more recently. So my favourite way to cook the cauliflower rice is in a pan. I find that if I use quite strong flavours with it, it does cancel out the cauliflower taste. If I'm doing like a Chinese fake way, I will always use soy sauce and garlic. If I'm doing an Indian, you can use the pilau seasoning with it, or just a normal curry powder seasoning, which I also find is really nice, as well as garlic again. And it does cancel out the taste. And obviously, although rice is sin-free, this is speed, so it will boost your weight loss having this over rice. I also find as well that if you're doing fakeways, as I've mentioned before, a lot of fakeways, it is more difficult to get your 1/3 speed food in. So if you are doing a Chinese fakeway, you can have chips as your free food, and then your 1/3 would be your cauliflower rice as well as your curry. The next thing I use all the time is this. It's the unsmoked gammon joint. These are only £2.65. What I really like about these ones is they don't have very much fat on, if any at all. A lot of supermarkets, when you do get the gammon joints, you can see like kind of the thick layer of fat on the outside where these ones don't. I always use this to make my pulled gammon with the JD seasoning, Jamaican jerk seasoning. I'll slow cook my gammon overnight, and then the next day I'll use passata, the seasoning, maybe some Pepsi, put it in a pan until it goes sticky, and it's bloody lovely. So the next thing is these. It's the 10 chicken chipolatas, Italian style. Obviously they are pretty much the same as the Heck ones, but again they're cheaper. Instead of them being 0.5 cents each like the Heck ones are, these are 1 cent each. If I'm doing my weekly shop in Aldi, I'd always get these ones. I love these with breakfast on a morning and making toad in the hole. It keeps it low sin and really tasty. I keep doing that thing again with my mouth that I don't do in real life, where I'm like and just raise one side of it like promise, don't do it in real life. I don't know why I do it on here. And I've run out of Pepsi as well. I'm fuming. So the next thing is the meatballs, the 5% fat ones. So 3 of these is only half a tin. I do usually make my own meat, but I picked these up the other day to try just to see what they were like, and I actually really like them. The texture is different from homemade ones. They're a lot more densely packed. They were actually really nice. The next time I go, I'll definitely be picking up some more of these. They come in a 12 pack. I done like a meatballs with spaghetti. We had 6 meatballs each, so obviously it only came to 1 tin, which was really handy and super filling. So the next thing has a bit of a kick to it, which is what I like about it the most. It is the lamb Rogan Josh ready meal. It has got, did they do chilies? It has got 2 chilies on it. I've never seen one with 3. But I do think for a ready meal this does have a good kick to it. The lamb isn't fatty at all. It's really nice lamb in it. It's got a really nice flavour to it. For only 1.5 cents for a really nice curry, I think it's completely worth it. As I said, you could pair this with the cauliflower rice with a pilau seasoning on, or any sort of curry seasoning on, and you've got a really nice meal there, which is low sin. So the next thing, which I use quite often, is the mushroom stir fry. These are obviously already pre-packed. Obviously you can buy stir fry things separately and make your own, but for convenience, when I've got in from work, they're really handy. I like mixing these with noodles, or you can do them with rice or by themselves if you're trying to increase your speed food. They do a couple of different flavours of this. Well, not flavours, but they do like a pepper one, but my favourite is the mushroom one because I love mushrooms. So next, again, one of my absolute favourites is the king prawns. These are in the chilled section. I find the size of these really good, and you get a decent amount in the pack for the size of the pack. They do me 2 or 3 meals if I'm adding them to something, so I like to put these in a salad, or I like to add this to the lamb Rogan Josh in the curry to bulk it out a little bit more if I fancy some prawn in there as well. The same as if I was going to make a Chinese, you can add these to a Chinese curry. And so the delivery guy came, so I'm out of breath and I can't remember where I was. Next thing I really enjoy is the Bassa fillets from the freezer section. They aren't the biggest, so you could probably eat 2. Well, I could probably eat 2. Well, no, I could definitely eat 2. You get 3 in a pack. I find these really good to do a chip shop takeaway. I like defrosting these in the microwave or leaving them to defrost by themselves, and then cutting them in egg and then breadcrumbs and popping them in the air fryer. They always turn out really well. So I made these the other day. They don't need long in the air fryer, about 12 minutes, and they come out perfect. Any longer and they will dry out a little bit. But yeah, I just find them really handy. Or so you can do these with a fish pie as well. If you use the parsley sauce from Iceland, the sin-free one, you know, Summermold's own brand, and then these, it makes like a nice creamy sauce if you wanted to add any cheese and whatever vegetables you want, and then top with some sort of potato. It'd be really nice. So the next thing I've talked about before is a healthy extra B. It's these, the mini pitters. These are 2 cents each, or 3 for a healthy extra. As I said, I've already talked about these before, but I think they're fab, and there is a lot of ways you can use them. So the next thing I actually thought was a lot lower sinned than it is. What's going on with my hair there? So it's these. So it's the fajita mix, and they also do a paella one as well. So the paella one I absolutely love, and that one is 3.5 cents for half a pack, and it's a chicken, chorizo and king prawn paella, and I think it's lovely. So this one works out at 10.5 cents for the full pack, so it's like 5 cents each. As it says, it serves 2. I personally think it serves more than 2 because of the amount that's in the pack, so it would be a lot less sinned if obviously you weren't eating half. But calorie wise, it's only 227 calories for half the pack, so if you were calorie counting and you weren't doing Slimming World, this is a really good option. It is obviously very easy to make your home fajita mix, but if you're getting in from work late, or you can't be bothered, or you're in a rush, or you don't like cooking, I think these are a great option. So another thing that I've talked about before is the wholemeal brown bread mix. Again, you can use this to make a really good pizza base. If you use your Healthy Extra B's worth and then another 6 tins worth, you can get a really good sized pizza with it. As I said before, there is a girl called Jade on Instagram that makes these all the time, so I will link her Instagram down below. So the next thing aren't Aldi's own, but that's where I picked mine up, so I thought I'd mention them anyway. It's the Heinz Creations, the Mexican beans and... oh, they're both Mexican beans, okay. So there's the Mexican beans and there is an Italian one as well, which I thought I had one of each. Obviously not, but never mind. These are 1 tin each and they are absolutely perfect for any sort of Mexican takeaway that you're doing. Obviously the Mexican one, especially burritos. If you get your wrap, it can be used as a healthy extra or sinned with some chicken, lettuce, any vegetables you want, and some of these beans with like quark. They make really, really beautiful burritos. You just wrap them up, pop some foil around them, and they're perfect. So as a lot of you will already know, I don't have a huge sweet tooth. I'm not a massive chocolate person. I do prefer cakes and biscuits, things like that, and popcorn. So these popcorn bags are 6 tins each and they're perfect to take to the cinema or to use at home with dessert. There is quite a lot in the bag in my opinion, but as I said, I don't have a massive sweet tooth, so people like my boyfriend would probably beg to differ. But I do think you get a decent amount for the sins, especially sweet food in general tends to be higher sins than a lot of savoury food because of obviously the amount of calories in it. So yeah, I do think these are a really good option. And last but not least are these. So I quite frequently make the potato waffles that you'll see in some of my pictures, or kind of like the hash brown fingers. On a morning I do not have time to boil potatoes, I just don't. Even if I did, I don't think I could get up in the morning and be bothered to go to the cupboard, get the potatoes, peel the potatoes, boil the potatoes, mash the potatoes, put them in the mould, cook them for the amount of time they need cooking for, just for my breakfast. I'd have to do it like the day before and reheat them. So for me, these are a really good option. I basically get these straight out the tin, put them in a bowl with the onion and the cottage cheese or quark, whatever else I'm using to make the waffles, mash them together and put these straight in the oven. It takes so much less time than boiling the potatoes. Obviously, if you want to boil them, then you can, that's absolutely fine. You do you. I'm lazy and I don't want to, so I'm going to continue to use these. They're also super cheap because the tin, they have a long shelf life on them. So a few of the other things that I'd actually thought I'd mention that I don't have at hand are the Benefit light bars that are similar to the Alpen ones. They've got a lot of new flavours out now and you can have 2 of them as a Healthy Extra B. So I think they're really good. Another thing which is one of my absolute favourites, and I ate it the other day and then I put the pot in the bin without thinking, is the Skia passion fruit yoghurts. Now they are 3 sins each. The dog's on my knee now. They are 3 sins each, which is a lot for a yoghurt, but they are absolutely beautiful. By far my favourite yoghurt, and for me 100% worth the sins. They also do a broccoli rice as well, so if you don't like cauliflower, maybe give that one a go. That one I believe is also completely sin free and would be speed food. And again, last but not least, in the freezer section they do have a Slimwell frozen meal range for anyone that wants to pick one of them up. I know the curries are either low sin or sin free. They're not on the official app, but if you put them in the sin calculator yourself, you'll be able to see what they are. As I said, a lot of the curries are either really low sin or sin free. So if you're someone that needs something to grab and go, or take something quick to work, or you know, have one of them nights where you can't be bothered to cook, they're also a really good option. So we hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, please like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And if you do have any video requests, please let me know below. He is literally the light of my life.